Hey, yo, hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing another DC Universe Classic review, and that will be of the Walmart exclusive Joker figure. Take a look at this funny boy right here. Quite possibly sick and twisted and demented and screwed up boy. Anyways, now a while back I said I was going to put my DC Universe Classic figures on the hold, mainly for financial reasons. I mean, I don't have much money. And if it comes down to it, I need to save up, but also, if I'm going to pick figures over comics, I'm going to pick comics first. In addition to that, I haven't really found any new figures from like Wave 9 on in my area. So, none of my Targets or Toys R Us has had them. I even went to Walmart to pick up some of the Walmart exclusives. They weren't even there. So, however, I am going to pick up a few figures here and there. I'm still kind of putting it on hold, but figures like the Walmart exclusive wave I'm going to pick up. I'm going to mostly pick it up online because if you don't buy those Walmart exclusives, you're not going to find them. Flat out, plain and simple. I mean, look at Wave 5, was it? Yeah, Wave 5. No way that, oh no, Wave 4. Whatever, the first Walmart exclusive wave. There was no way that you're going to be able to get your hands on those figures because they're freaking rare. These Walmart exclusives will probably be like that sooner or later. They're more well distributed, but they're still going to be rare. So I want every figure from that wave. I mean, Joker looks good. I mean, I want Power Girl. I want Man Bat really bad. Beast Boy, I want him bad. I want Robot Man from the Doom Patrol pretty bad. I want all of them. So I want the Walmart exclusive wave. And I also want to pick up Black Canary and Green Arrow when I get a chance from online. And Donna Troy and the Cheetah are going to be in Wave 13. I am excited for that. I will do whatever I can to get a hand on those figures, especially Donna Troy. But with that said, don't expect me to get right back into DC Universe Classic figures, but expect me to do reviews here and there. Again, I need to worry about money first and foremost. So with that said, let's talk about the Joker. A little bit of information about him. And I'm not going to go into Joker's character himself, because, see, Joker's been interpreted so many different ways throughout his history. His methods, his motives, what he does, why he does it, it's been interpreted differently throughout the years. So for me to do a character bio on Joker would be quite confusing and way too long, because I would have to do all the different interpretations. However, I will talk about the character's history in the universe that he lives in, the modern continuity. So with that said, Joker's backstory is mostly told in The Killing Joke, and The Killing Joke a lot of people consider half canon. A lot of people consider the main story canon and the backstory to be up in the air because Joker always remembers his backstory differently. He interprets it differently. I don't believe this bullshit at all that people throw out. Probably because people don't like the backstory, and I really don't care for the backstory either, but I consider it canon. There's way too much evidence throughout the modern continuity and Batman stories to support this. I mean, for example, let's take Hush Returns. Riddler knows about Joker's wife before he became Joker, and Joker even has a photo album of his family. Maybe Joker remembers things differently, but his backstory in Killing Joke I consider canon. So Joker's backstory before he becomes Joker was that he was a failed comedian. He had a wife and that was pregnant, and he needed to make money, so he became a petty criminal. Reluctantly became a petty criminal, and took up the identity as Red Hood for the gang that he was working with. They went to a chemical plant to kind of cut through to get to where the real heist was, but Batman shows up and stops the thieves, but in the confrontation, Red Hood falls into a pit of chemicals, and it bleaches his skin white, it dyes his hair green, and it screws with his head. It makes him mentally insane. And it doesn't help that his wife and the unborn child were also killed, too. So he has nothing left in his life, and him going insane, he just loses control, and he becomes the Joker. Joker's first major appearance as the Joker, his debut, is when he tried to contaminate Gotham's water supply. However, again, he was stopped by Batman, and then again, it was at true love at first sight. Joker fell in love with Batman. Joker saw Batman as his yin to his yang. He absolutely loved to personally test Batman and push him to the limit. throughout the years, Joker and Batman would go back and forth, and they would become bitter rivals and enemies and arch enemies. Joker would love to cause chaos, but particularly he would love to fuck with Batman. Although he's not opposed to fucking with anyone else. It's just Batman's his favorite person to screw with. So he's been in and out of Arkham, and he's been a ridiculous murderer. Joker's next big thing he does is he abducts Commissioner Gordon and he paralyzes the first Batgirl, Barbara Gordon. Eventually Batman is able to stop him and save Commissioner Gordon. His next big blow that he delivers to Batman is he kills the second Robin, Jason Todd, brutally beating him with a crowbar, and getting diplomatic immunity, so Batman really can't do anything about it. Joker then makes a pretty prominent role in Nightfall. He and the Scarecrow team up to cause chaos in Gotham, mainly with the mayor, but he just kind of fucks around with Gotham itself. Joker then kind of disappears off the map for a bit until No Man's Land, where again he delivers another blow to Batman and his allies, killing Commissioner Gordon's wife, Sarah Anson. After No Man's Land, Joker's kind of had more of a supporting villain role than anything. He was in Hush, but he was more of a supporting villain. He shows up in War Crimes, and he returns in War Crimes to take on Black Mask, but it really wasn't that big of a deal for Joker. And he also shows up in Hush Returns. So Joker, after No Man's Land, he's been there, he shows up, but he kind of really doesn't play as prominent as a role as he did in previous Batman stories. The 1 year later stories, he shows up in Paul Dini's Detective and Death in the City, which was fantastic stories with Joker, the one with Robin and the one with the Magician. So those were good stories. And then he got brought back to his, how should I say, main event-like status with Grant Morrison, with Batman and Son and R.I.P., which, again, he wasn't the main villain, but he did play a major role. As of now, Joker hasn't really been seen. I know he shows up in Gotham City Sirens, but after R.I.P., he hasn't made that big of an appearance. And he has, at least as far as I know, has yet to go up against Dick Grayson as Batman. So that's kind of a basic understanding of Joker's history throughout the years. Like I said, in between, The Man Who Laughs and, let's say, The Killing Joke and Death in the Family and Nightfall, that is really just kind of him and Batman going back and forth. I mean, there may be individual small stories, but not much. A lot of people are going to ask, what's my favorite interpretation of the Joker? Even though I said I wasn't going to go into interpretation. My favorite is the Joker of the 90s. I like the Joker that likes to cause complete chaos to anyone. I know Joker recently has been portrayed to being kind of, the yin to the yang to Batman, kind of like causing chaos with Batman and fucking with his life. Batman is his obsession. I like that, but I like the fact that Joker can kind of get over Batman and do other stuff too. I like him fucking with other people like Commissioner Gordon or anyone in Gotham or Nightwing or Robin. I like the Joker that causes chaos. So like the Joker of the Chuck Dixon / Dennis O'Neil-like era. I like Paul Dini's Joker also, probably because Paul Dini's Joker is tied very strongly to the animated series Joker, which Paul Dini wrote for the animated series, and I love the animated series Joker. I think Mark Hamill did the best portrayal of the Joker outside the comics. Grant Morrison's Joker is okay. Grant Morrison does a good job to add to the Joker's mythos, like making the Joker different in every appearance and kind of make him a little bit more macabre and twisted, but I'm not really too impressed by it. I would like to see more from it, but I'm not too impressed by it. So probably the Joker of the 90s is my favorite kind of Joker interpretation. And again, I'll take Mark Hamill over Heath Ledger or Jack Nicholson or Caesar, anyone. I'll take Mark Hamill's Joker. Fantastic. So I've been talking about the Joker's backstory a lot. Let's talk about the figure itself. Now before I actually get into the figure itself, let's talk about his accessories, because there's one thing that this figure is not short of, and that's accessories. He comes with 4 accessories, and the first one is his Joker cane, which seems to be a common accessory with Joker as of recently. We've seen it in the DC superhero Joker, as you can see there, and I'll use this Joker for comparison. And we've seen it in the Infinite Crisis Joker, which is up there. I mean, the Infinite Heroes Joker, so. On the whole, it looks good. I think it looks better than the other canes. But then again, the other canes look good too. It's just a standard cane. I like how they actually put gold and black for the detail. Next would be probably my favorite item, and that would be his Joker playing cards. All of them are kind of stuck together. Only the first one has something painted on. It's a Joker. Again, you're probably not going to see it on my crappy camera, are you? And then on the back is red. It fits surprisingly well in its hand. It's my favorite item from this figure. Next would be the Laughing Joker fish that we all know and love from the Batman animated series episode. A nice little throwback to the show. This is a nice little surprising homage and add-on to the figure, which is nice. Again, a good accessory. And then he comes with his mallet, with the nose as the handle and it has a face there. I absolutely hate this item. I think it's a horrible item. At least with Harley Quinn, they went out of their way to make it look like a real mallet. This just looks like, I mean, they could have made it brown, they could have made it look like wood. It just looks like a cheap plastic. It makes it look less realistic and more like a toy. So I really hate the mallet. All the items fit pretty well in his hand, and surprisingly the cards fit well in his hand. So yeah, with that said, on to the Joker himself. Take a look at this bad boy here. Now, I was a little skeptical on this figure at first, mainly because there's been many really good Joker figures out there. And in addition to that, you know, people love Joker so much that they're often blinded by their love and they think anything Joker is good. Kind of like with Wolverine fans. Wolverine fans think anything Wolverine is good. But the difference between Wolverine and Joker for me is I'm a Joker fan also. He's my second favorite Batman villain, and I really like Joker a lot. However, I'm not going to let my biasness get in the way of me reviewing this figure, because despite how good this figure may be, he does have his faults also. Now, the great thing about the Joker figure, and Joker's figure, along with, like, say, Green Lanterns and Flashes and Wonder Woman, really encompasses the term DC Universe Classic, the classic look. This is very much the look of Joker from the 90s, which, again, earned good points for me. The face, the hair, the smile, again, all looks like the 90s Joker. Now, the 80s to 90s Joker. The body itself is kind of a retooling and a repainting of the Gentleman Ghost figure that we've all known and loved, which was a really nice figure itself. The jacket is an additional plastic. It's not actually part of the figure, like, say... actually, no, this one's the same way. Never mind. But it is loose, and it looks like it can be removed, but I'm not going to bother. The tie is also on its own. It's held in there, and so is the flower itself. So the Joker has a good amount of detail. He has some very nice paint apps in the shirt, the orange section, giving it some shadow detail. And he has some black in the hair to give that, again, somewhat of a shadow detail. Now, the mouth is what really impresses me, because the mouth isn't actually painted on, but it actually looks like a mouth. You can actually, if your finger was small enough, I mean, you could take like this and stick it in his mouth. So, I mean, I think that's a very nice add-on there. So, and he's wearing his traditional Joker colors, the purple and the orange and the green. As for articulation, he has most of the standard articulation for the DC Universe Classic figures. The only downfall with his articulation is his feet don't move that well. I mean, you can, but again, they don't move that well. They don't move that far, and I don't want to force them to break at all. Let's get into the good, the bad, and whether or not you should get him. Good is, the face is absolutely beautiful. This figure took me by surprise. I did not think it was going to be as good as it was. Let's take a look at them there. I'm going to pull up the DC Superheroes Joker, which I bought loose, so I don't have all the stuff for him. Actually, I think this is the Batman, the regular Batman series Joker, which was reused in the DC Universe, DC Superheroes, but I had this guy beforehand. In comparison, this Joker is a lot better. But I was very skeptical about this Joker, but I'm glad to say that he won me over with the detail, the paint, and the classic-like look. Specifically, the face is very nicely done. I'm not going to lie about that. Also, he comes with a wide variety of accessories, which are nice. Let me stick some of them in his hands for you so that you can see what the deal is. But he comes with a wide variety of accessories, so that's also good. In addition to that, he's just a well-rounded figure. But like I said, he's not without his bad either. For one thing is I don't like the arms. The arms are very crooked. Actually, the arms are really a downfall for this figure. I do not like the arms whatsoever. They're like either out there or they really bent in. It's really quite awkward. I don't remember the Gentleman Ghost having this problem. Actually, maybe he did, and I just didn't really realize it that much. But with the Joker, it's pretty evident, and I'm not too happy with the arm. That, and he does have balancing issues too. So that's kind of a downside to the figure. You kind of really need to work with him to balance. Again, let's just do another comparison. Here's the DC superhero slash Batman line Joker, which is not a bad figure. It's actually a pretty good figure. It looks a little bit more cartoonish, but it is pretty good. But in comparison between the DC Universe Classic line Joker, this is a far superior Joker. So the question is whether or not you should get it. This is a Walmart exclusive figure, so you're going to have to go out of your way to get it. This is a good Joker figure. Like I said, it really has that classic-like feel to it, which is nice. There are better Joker figures out there. I will say that now. However, despite his faults, he won me over, and he's a fairly good figure. He is. I would give him around an 8 out of 10. He's not perfect. He does have his faults. There are better Joker figures out there that I am planning on getting. I don't have many Joker figures, surprisingly, but on a whole, you could do a lot worse than this. This is a good Joker figure, and if you can find it, then go get it. I got mine online for $16. If you can find it at Walmart, you can pay probably the $12 that they ask for, but I would go online and get him. That's probably the best way, so that you're not wasting gas and time going to Walmarts and Walmarts. It's probably better just to purchase them online. So with that said, I'm going to end the review here. Hopefully more DC Universe Classic reviews will be happening in the future, but who knows. I'm going to end here, and this is Andrew saying peace out for now.